I'm Joost, I'm here with the Nothing Phone 2, and this has some pretty cool specs for the price, but more importantly it has just a really fun design and it's really fun to play around with. Just a very sleek design with only the fingerprint unlock right here, and then it is a really intuitive way of opening apps. You can swipe up from the bottom and then release, and then open your app, and then you can also go back and go into your other apps right here. And of course the cool thing here is the glyph design, which is very unique to this phone. It's the lights that are here on the back. They can light up in different patterns, and you can set that right within the settings. So let's go to the glyph interface right here, and here you can see the glyph interface. You can set that to notifications if you want essential notifications, and then you can set what is essential. So your most recent apps or all apps, you can see what kind of information is essential. So for like your banking or Audible, all of your apps you can set to essential. In this case I'll do like Payoneer. You can have different things here to be set as essential, and I'll do WhatsApp. And you can even set that for different conversations that you've had in the past, so only conversations from these persons, or all conversations or group notifications as well. So let's set that for all persons, but not for like group notifications. Now with the glyph interface you can set other things as well, like the flip to glyph, which is for quiet focus. If you put the device down, then the glyph interface will trigger silent, lights only notifications and calls, so you instantly put this into mute. You have a glyph timer, so you have a visual countdown here, which is also pretty cool. You can set the volume indicator of the glyph back, so that way you can see what your volume looks like right on the back. So that's pretty handy. You can see a visual response from Google Assistant, so it really responds to you. And you can see a charging meter right at the bottom here if you're charging it. You also have glyph progress, so you can see a progress meter from other apps, but I only have the Uber integration right here, at least in the EU where I live. So you can set that, and then Uber can use the glyph progress bar to see how far along your Uber is. And you can set a bedtime schedule, and then the glyph lights will turn off after a set time. So that will immediately turn your room dark, so you know you have to go to sleep. So that's a pretty cool extra features. It's not that much that you can do with it, at least not yet, but it's a pretty cool extra feature, and I think it really just looks really cool. I use the volume button, so I don't need to look at the screen. And for the rest, I haven't used the Uber one or any of the other glyph interface lights here, but it's just a really cool thing to have. I really do like the instant mute function and the notification for only important notifications while I'm working though. So that's cool. And you also can customize your design here. You have some cool widgets, like this fun little design for weather. I think it's really cool with all the pixelated art. It's in the same style as the lettering, so this is a really cool and sleek, well, a little bit different design than your other phones. You can set your calendar and a clock, so you can set your alarms and stuff. You can go in here, click to widgets, and then you have specialized nothing widgets like the clocks stuff and a compass. It's just a really simple dotted design. You can set them all to your home screens. Some photos as well, and the weather app, so just a circle with if it's sunny, that sort of thing. And you can set widgets for all of your apps right here in the phone and add them to your screens. So it's really easy to use this one. Of course, it's a really cool, sleek design. It's a little bit heavier than I'm used to, but that's quite alright. And the buttons are very sleek as well, of course. They've really integrated this design into everything they do, from the box to like the accessories that they have with this thing. Now the cameras, it is a 32 megapixel front sensor camera that will get your portraits really great. Then you have the dual rear 50 megapixel main camera and the 50 megapixel ultra wide camera. And there's a smart way of combining these. They use a smart way of combining these, so you get the best of both worlds, of both images. And this will incorporate things like advanced HDR as well, motion capture 2.0 and night mode. So it's really pretty good at night. And the video is 4K at 60 frames per second or 1080p at 60 frames per second for the front camera. Now the display is a 6.7 inch LTPO OLED display with 1600 nit peak pixel brightness and Gorilla Glass 5 on the front and the back, so both are glass here. And they have a smart refresh rate to preserve the power. So this really is a smart way of preserving the battery life on the phone. So this will really last you all day. The battery is a 4700 milliamp battery, and it charges in around an hour, and it lasts up to 22.5 hours, and that's with continual use. So I've never gone through an entire day with this dying on me. You can also share your battery here with this phone, so you can use this as a wireless charger, so you can power your accessories like your earplugs if you need to. Now it's also pretty fast and stable with a Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 chipset, and this is really a lot of improvement over the Nothing Phone 1. And of course, what I really like about the Nothing Phone is the materials used here. They really go for, well, nothing like design, a sleek design, but also for sustainability. So this is recycled aluminum, and there's recycled tin in the circuit boards and recycled copper foil on the main circuit board. And they use about 90% of recycled steel, so that's really cool. So I really think they made a cool design that's a little bit more sustainable than other phones and a little bit different than other phones. So you have the own Nothing OS on top of the Android, the standard Android right here, which I like. So it's a really cool phone if you just want something a little bit different.